Hello yogis, how are you doing today? Welcome to our free live stream 60 minutes Pilates class that's suitable for all levels. If you'd like to grab a drink, I'm going to quickly go and grab my drink. It's really good, particularly when we work with that cooling Pilates breath, to have something that might wet the back of the throat. And if you've got something that can be a block, we're working on getting some kits available for people so they can set up their own little home studios. Don't worry, so much happening behind the scenes. We are here to help you get set up for the next period of time where your practice is going to be more and more an online or backyard experience. But if you've got something that will be kind of rectangular shaped, because we're going to work a little bit into the shoulders, and this is a really good support for the head, we can use the block for lots of different things today. You can grab your things and make your way down onto your mat. I'm going to quickly grab my drink bottle and let's get started. Okie dokie. We'll start just by standing up nice and straight. Letting the shoulder blades fall down the back. We don't often stand up a lot in our Pilates class, but today we're going to begin. Clear your throat. Begin to ground down through your feet. Let the shoulders roll and roll down the back. Engage the glutes and lift up the top of the kneecap so you feel the front thighs engaged. Take a little bracing into the belly. And we're going to work with drawing that breath long down the side waist. Ground down into your toes. Just make sure that they're nice and balanced. And then bring the chin parallel to the floor. Shoulders come to align with your ears. And then from here, just beginning to float the hands all the way up. We're going to press them round to the back and then draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Reach forward to the fingertips now and then slide the shoulders back. Now I'm staying upright. I'm not uptight though. So notice if you're not breathing because you're trying to stand up super tall and just find maybe a slight bend in the back of the knees so there's no rigidity. Reach forward through your fingertips, feel the shoulder blades open on the back and think of squeezing them together as you draw the shoulders back in. So it's a movement from the shoulder joint. Forward, keep the chest lifted, floating the sternum and the chin upright. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Beautiful. Bring the hands together. Bring a little softness to the knees. We're just going to rotate over towards the right. As we do so, slide the left hand in. Come all the way back. Rotate over towards the left. Thumb comes to line with the shoulders. Bring the hand in. And rotate back to center. Out to the side. And then slowly bring it back in. And draw yourself to the right. Slide the hands. I like to think of it like you're pulling a bowstring. You're just moving the upper body, keeping the lower body nice and steady. And just feel the obliques here. Just a nice gentle one. The hands just gently touching the body. Do one more over to the right. So turn and center. Turn and center. Beautiful. Hands can come all the way up. Grow nice and tall. As you exhale, keep the right hand up in the air. Bring the left hand down. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. I'm pointing down through the feet. And then I'm going to try and push down, maybe just slide with the fingertips down to the side. Open up the right side body. And then use the obliques to lift me all the way up. A little bend in the knees, just so I'm not over pulling on the hamstrings. Lift and return. So you'll feel the side waist muscles here doing the work for you as you come up and down. Fingertips slide down, draw it back up. We've just got that top hand extended to begin to work into those intercostal muscles to open up. You might want to pull the right shoulder blade a little bit further down and back. Last one. If it's too much, you can just let the hand rest there if it's pulling on the shoulder. all the way back up. Inhale, float the left hand to meet the right, and then bring the right hand down. Just position it so you can press the floor away. I like to slide the hand on the leg, a little bend through the knee, and we're going to open up. So if you're folding forward, you don't have an open chest. You want the openness of the chest as you come back up. So think about just slightly drawing that left shoulder onto the back. Inhale as you come down. The exhale is the power. We lift back up. Inhale as you come down, a little bend in the knees, so not over pressurizing or dumping into the Achilles tendon. And back. Work with breath. Down again, little variations. If it pulls on the shoulders, you don't have to go so intense through the arm. Down and back. And of course, I've lost count. Down and back. Beautiful. Hands come all the way down. Let's come onto the mat, onto all fours. So we're going to set up onto all fours. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Take a few cat-cows here. Just as Pilates said, you're only as young as your spine is flexible. So work into the flexibility. Maybe swim like a fish a few times. Shake, 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 side to side. A little release out through the calf. Press the foot back. And then just draw the heel away from you. You can pressurize into the hand slightly. Big breath in. Bigger breath out. So we work with breath in Pilates. You might want to come to that cooling exhale, like you're holding a straw between your lips and blowing air out through the straw. You can hear that lovely sound that it makes. Let's lift the left leg up, swing it all the way over towards the right, and then peel open some space between each of the ribs and the left side body. Look over your right shoulder, press away, feel the navel draw in. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back to center, drop the knee down, and let's do the second side. Extend that right leg out, flex into the toes, try and spread the toes as broadly as you can. Press the weight back as you draw the heel. Any restrictions going on there, you can have a micro bend to the knee. We're not trying to hyperextend the knee or pressurize too much any of the joints. Should feel like a lovely release and stretch. Work with that Pilates breath. One more. Give it some time to release. Then we'll lift the leg up. Swing it all the way over towards the left-hand side. Open up the ribs on the right side body as you look over towards the toes. Create that space. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Knee, knee. Let's work a little bit into the glutes now. So I'll work with the right leg because you can see this one. Take the leg out and I'm going to tuck the toe right towards the corner of the mat. And then I'm going to look forward. From here, I'm just going to lift the leg up and down. So I'm not coming too high beyond the hips, up and down. And just tapping the toe on the floor, keeping the navel drawing in, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. You'll feel this working into those muscles, and after a while you should get a nice little warming sensation in your glute. Hello, right glute. Breathe it in. Whew, you love it. Breathe it out. That cooling breath. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Counting is never my strong point. Talking is quite a strong point for me. Let's do one more. I think that's about 12. Let's lift it up and do 8 circles. 8, 7, point out to the side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 8, 7. Now I can see that I'm trying to swing the leg. Instead, I really should be stabilizing through the joint and going a little bit smaller because that's so much more warm when I do that. Let's take the knee to the tricep and then kick it out to the side. Knee to the tricep, kick it out to the side. Knee to the tricep. You can put a towel under the supporting leg if it's too much on the kneecap, out to the side. Let's do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And kick it back. Draw the knee down. Just give it a little shake out. Do you feel some warmth there? I can definitely feel some warmth. Hooray! That means we're doing it right. Let's work with that other side. Bring the knees underneath the hips. And there's some blocks in the way. Don't worry. Later on, they'll be nice and handy. From here, let's take the left leg out. Point the toe, just like the toes touching down to the corner of the mat. Elongate through the neck. Brace gently into the abdominals to engage them. And then lift and lower. Lift. So I'm trying to squeeze my left bottom cheek as I do this. At the same time, I'm drawing the right hip away from the right shoulder to keep the side body long. I'm not just letting them draw together. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. So breathe in through the nose, maybe that cooling breath out as you feel the heat build. It's nice to have a little release valve. And lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. I lied. And lower. This is last one. And lower. Now take it up and 8 circles. Now turn the toe out to the side to keep that work into the outer hip. Woo. And one side is definitely easier to work with stability than the other. It just lets us know there's a little imbalance in the body, but that's okay. We're here in our practice to address that. And 8. Go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Isn't that lovely? In, knee out. Hello, hip. Knee in, knee out. Knee in and out. In, out, and 3, and out, and 2, and out, and 1, and out, and sit it down. Swing all the way around onto your back as you come down to the floor. As you do so, you can take a little release out for the wrists. We're just going to take a little stretch for those outer glutes here. Grab a quick little drink. From all that cooling breath, it's really lovely just to wet the back of the throat. When you think about the heels grounding down and trying to elongate vertebra by vertebra, coming down to the mat, and let the head just be soft though, all the way down to the floor. Once you get down there, step the left foot in line with the left hip, lift the right leg up, give a little shake out to that ankle. I was standing on those legs before. And pause and go the other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot. Place that flexed right foot onto the left knee. Press the right knee away. Create that space. Lengthen out the body. Soften up the shoulders. Gently begin to knit the abdominals together around the rib cage. Just to stop the shoulders popping open. We'll draw the left knee into the chest, bring the hands in, thread the fingers onto the shin or the back of the thigh. Let the right elbow encourage that right knee away. Let's hold it for some time. We'll give this one about 30 juicy seconds. Deep breath in. Keep both the feet flexed. Deep breath out. This is the lovely part of the class, so enjoy this bit. Let's think of it as active recovery, shall we? These little moments we can just breathe and be still. And then we'll release the foot down. Perfect. And we'll swap it over to the other side. So we'll step the right leg in, just nice and anchored through those hips. Take the foot up to the sky and circle out that left ankle about 5 times in one direction. And about 5 times in the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Flex the foot. Place that flexed left foot on the right thigh. Press the left knee away. And slow breath out. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath in. And slow breath out. Just holding, giving some time to see how we're going. and making sure that there's enough time for the body to let go, for the muscles to release any heat that's built up. That way you won't feel it. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Back to center. Take the feet up, cross your ankles. We're going to work with little pulses through your tailbone. Think of the arms, the triceps pressing the earth away. We're going to lift and lower. So really working with those transverse abdominis. So with the back of the arms and then lift and lower. It's not a big movement. Lift, keep looking up to the sky and lower, lift and lower. This becomes eventually the roll over. It's the preparation for it. Lower, lift and lower, and it should feel like you're working pretty hard. Lower, lift and lower. Whew, let's cross the legs the other way. Spend a moment. Big breath out, and then we'll do about another 8. So thinking of your hip points squeezing together when you lift the legs high, pressing down to the arms, work the triceps here, lift and lower. If you can, if you've got that sensitivity and the strength in the core, one vertebra at a time comes off from the floor. Not so much with me. Mine's just like a poof up to the sky. Trying to keep the toes as much above the hips as available to you. Depends how strong that low core is feeling today. Last one. Beautiful. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And then from here, we're going to do the crossovers. So the hands come to the back of the head. We'll extend the right leg out. And then we're going to rock up and try and touch the elbow to the knee. So we're rotating at the midline of the body, and then we're swapping over. We're going to take a little part breath. Just rotating from the region of the ribs. Look to the back, elbow, back shoulder. As you continue to bicycle it out here, trying not to rock too much through the pelvis, keeping some stability. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Get yourself to have a little stretch out. Hands go nice and long above the head. Feet come out. And we'll release out those muscles by taking the feet over. Hello, blocks again. Over towards the left. That's the intention. Right leg swings on top. Grab a hold of right wrist with left hand. Move the upper body over towards the left into your great big banana shape. Chin comes down. Big breath out. And a little chance to release and let that heat dissipate from the body. Really difficult to keep the engagement of the abdominals for the full class, so it's nice to have a little stretch. And Pilates is also here to help us lengthen and stretch into the appendicular skeleton and muscular system all the way over to the other side. So we work a lot into the torso and the trunk and the hips. But we also stretch out the legs and the arms. And I'm just going to feel the breath move in and the breath move out. And the breath move in. And the breath move out. So banana. And just keeping both your hip bones heavy here. And your face light and easy. Nice and free. And then we'll bring it all the way back to center and walk those feet in. All right, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. We're gonna go for a bicycle ride. So begin to work with those legs, riding the bike. Now, if you want to keep the heads above the ears when you do this, this is like the extra bonus points. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reach forward. It's going to make it easier as I rock and come up into the seat. So you can rock up and now you can be like, oh, look at this. I've got my hands in my ears. Try it. So much harder. Rock on up. Nope. So that's why we bring the hands forward. Get them all the way down. 2 more times. Rock it on up. Woo! Ride that bicycle. Return down. A little bit of cardio. Come on up. Oh, ride that bicycle faster, faster, faster. You're gonna race. Go the other way. Oh, 5, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs forward. Fold into a little Baddha Konasana shape. Shake the body free. Loosen up. I'm just gonna swing around. So as you come forward, there's a little rock side to side, maybe massage out across the seat. Ooh. Slow breath in, slow breath out. You might want to grab a hold of one of those blocks or that book. It's always nice for this next bit. Come all the way back to center. I'm just going to pass my block side to side. Anchor down through the heels, roll back to the spine. Think of scooping it like someone, I don't want to say this in a very nice way, but someone's whacking you in the belly. And so you're drawing that in. And then we're going to come over to the side. So 2 little twists towards the right and center, 2 little twists towards the left and center, over to the right and center, over to the left and center, over to the right and center, over to the left and center, over to the right and center, over to the left and center. Let's do 4. Return 3. Return 2. Return 1. Come all the way up. So think of sitting up nice and tall. You don't have to bring the block all the way over the head if it stretches the shoulders too much. Roll down, 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 all the way to the floor if you can. Tuck into the chin. Roll on up. Maybe the hands can come above the head as you press down into the heels. And then slowly curling through the spine. Try and keep those heels anchored to the floor. Maybe this time you're going to reach the hands up above the head. Keep the ribs drawing together as you reach the block above the head. If it's too much weight on your shoulders, I want you to just take the block away. As you exhale, keep the ribs drawing together. Bring it back up. Tuck it into the chin, and we're going to sit it up. So slowly, start with cervical nod here. Blow the breath away as you roll the ribs down. All the way up. Nice and tall. And place the block down between the knees. Squeeze the block between the knees. We're going to turn on those inner thighs as we roll down. So we're just keeping the inner thighs working, and we're trying to keep the big toe mound connected to the floor. Roll it down, and open your arms out into a T shape. You can walk the feet in if you need to, if it's too much work to find your imprint with the feet away. A few little rocks and rolls here. This time we'll formalize that Pilates imprint, so find the point in between. And then like you've got a little ant under your back, just press it down. Enough space that the ant can move as you lift the knees up. All right. And then keep your knees together, and we're going to rock over towards the right, but keep the left shoulder blade nice and grounded. Use the core to bring you all the way back to center, and then over towards the left. So before, when we were moving the block side to side, we're working with the upper body. Now we're working with the lower deep core muscles. And back to center. Little tick-tock motions, side to side. Work with the breath. Over to one side, and we'll return over to the other side, and then return. So we'll do another 4. Option to straighten the legs out, bend the legs in, and come back. If it's too much, you don't need to do that. Come over to the left, straighten the legs out, draw the legs in, return to center. Over towards the right, out, in, center, over towards the left, out, in, center, right, out, in, center, left, keep breathing, out, in, center, last one, right, out, in, center, left, out, in, center. Beautiful. Just take the block, place it down into the floor. Get your tailbone nice and long. Scoop the hands to the back of the legs. Step up onto the ceiling, little happy baby's pose. Walk the hands up, up, up. Maybe you're holding onto the outside of the ankles. Maybe hands come to the inner thighs. Open yourself out into a little V shape through the legs just to release out those adductor muscles. And take a few deep breaths. I want to circle the ankles here. I love ankle circles. The other way. 2, 3, and 1. Hands come down. Just place them into the floor, but keep the collarbones nice and broad so you're not rolling in and tightening up the chest. I'm going to take little ankle beats. So we're going to draw the heels in. Imagine the air stronger than you are. Tap, 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 and then slowly bring the feet out. So exhale, inhale, out. 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 Use the hands, draw the knees in, close the legs up. Give yourself a little massage down here on the floor. And then the other way. All right, beautiful work. Drop the feet down to the floor. And we'll take the head all the way out and roll over onto the side. You might want to grab a hold of the block. I'm going to have the knees and align them with my hip points here. And the block is going to come for the head. Now you want to have the block so you've got the ear right pressed against the edge here. The other block, I'm just going to move that out of the way. Or if you've got 2 blocks, bring it in between your thighs and give it a little squeeze to keep your inner thighs working. So your ankles align with your knees, align with your hips. You can take that little bit of engagement into the core, grounding through the hips. The hands come out. We're going to roll open. So if you've got a drink bottle or a wall there, be aware. Now, if this is too much on the shoulder, make a smaller circle. So you might want to bend into the elbow so it's less pulling on the chest and the shoulder if this isn't available to your body. Work with your body. Really important that we be wise and intelligent in our practice so we don't injure. All right, from here, we're going to start with opening the chest. So think of lifting the left hand all the way up to the sky. Follow your thumb with your gaze as you reach it out towards the left and you broaden out that chest, big openness across the ribs. We're going to work with the obliques as we lift the hand up on the exhale, and on the inhale, close the hands like the cover of a book. Keep squeezing that block. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, this time left hand comes down, alignments with your left hip, just to bring a different stretch into the shoulder. Keep looking at the thumb. Use your inhale to lift the hand all the way back, and then slowly close the cover of your book. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back. Now we're reaching up near left ear. Keep squeezing that block, ground down to that hip, lift all the way back up as you exhale, and hand comes back to touch. Let's roll open through the chest. So a little bend in the elbow if you need to. So I'll take the variation that's a bit easier through the shoulder. That might be it for you today. And then slide the hand all the way back around. Keep squeezing that block. The block's good because I keep forgetting to squeeze it. Roll around. So big broad chest here. As you exhale, hand comes back, we turn. The nose ends up facing the front thumb. Roll open. So how much fluidity can you bring to this movement, but how much groundedness can you keep to those knees? And all the way back to center. Let's go the other way. Hand just floats in line with the hip towards the back, and slowly close it back up. Notice how the breath powers the movement. Inhale. Big expansion as you open up the ribs. Exhale. Everything subsides back to center. Inhale, roll open. And exhale, roll close. Beautiful work. And take a little final twist here if you want to. Hand comes up, hand comes over. You can bend the elbow if you need to. You can bring a block down to ground. You can bring the hand to align with the hip again. Up to you. And then maybe move the knees away And just feel how that moves the back into a little back bend. So it feels like a nice releasing, energizing movement for the back. Presses the hips forward. So where we have the knees changes what happens in the spine. And bring the knees back to center. And now cuddle the knees in close to your chest, and you'll feel that it's a curling motion through your spine. This is how we begin to lengthen as well as strengthen some of those muscles in the back. And a few juicy, calm and clear breaths here. Slow breath in, slow breath out. When you're ready, we'll come back to center. Slowly close that hand all the way back. I'm going to swap it over to the other side. You can just roll over if you want to, or you can lift up. And we'll do that second side. So, making sure you don't have a drink bottle in the way. Grabbing a hold of a block to pop maybe in between the knees. Other block will come up to the edge. Doesn't have to be a block, could be a sock. Could be a blanket, could be a pillow, anything you've got around the house. So we want to take a little moment, get the spine nice and long. You can think about that Pilates imprint, just closing up the ribs and the hips a little bit to keep that neutrality in the back. It's going to be nice positioning, and then bring the legs and squeeze the block in between them as you take the left hand out. We'll bring the right hand on top. Spend a little moment here. Take a nice breath to center. Let's see how we're going for time. Beautiful. As we inhale, we're going to begin to open up the chest. Follow the thumb with your gaze all the way up. A moment or two, just let the body fall into the shape. Feel that opening across the muscles of the chest, the broadening of the collarbones. Squeeze the knees together, brace the core, that little imprint position almost. Lift the hand up as you exhale, and as you inhale, bring it all the way back down. Inhale, we'll rise with the breath, hand comes up nice and high. Exhale, we'll look towards, we'll start down, near the hip. So right hand aligns with the right hip. Stretch, release out through the chest. And 2 and 1. When you're ready, hand comes all the way up, and we'll close back to the front. Inhale, big breath in. And exhale, reach towards the back right shoulder. Big breath in. And big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. And work with the exhalation to lift the arm and bring the hand all the way back. Let's begin those rolls to the chest. So we'll begin with the hand coming over the head, and I'll take that first option first, where you've got a little bend in the elbow if there's too much pulling on the chest or any of the joints as you come all the way out. So maybe you want to do the first one like that and just explore if you know that you've got injury in the body, and then we'll slowly close it all the way up. So one cycle of breath. Just keep it fluid. Keep looking towards your thumb, so you're getting that rolling and turning to release the neck as well. Keep squeezing the block to keep you grounded and anchored through the inner thighs. Roll open, chest expands with the in breath, and squeeze the block. And we come back with the out breath. 3 in the other direction. Slowly opening up. Roll, 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 open. As you exhale, let the hand come all the way back and drop it to center. Open up. Big breath in. And return. One more time. Roll open. And slowly return to center. Take that little twist. Hand lifts up. Hand comes down. A few moments. Look to the side. We'll turn it into that little back bend, and then we'll turn it into a curled shape for the spine. So as we move the knees away, you'll feel how that just begins to open up the back. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then when you're ready, knees come in, and then knees come up close to the chest as we curl into the spine. And keep looking for that back hand, just feel that rounding shape. Feels really lovely, just moving the spine in lots of different directions to keep it malleable and flexible. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring the hands the legs all the way back, so the right hand can come back and press yourself up and away. And we'll come up to a seat, work a little bit into the arms. So from here, you might want to take a block and just use it so you're not going to roll back too much, just so you can keep nice and tall. Then from here, we're going to tuck the chin slightly, just curve a little bit through the top of the chest. Hands are going to come up, you're going to make a little diamond. To work the triceps, it's like you're shaving the back of your head. So again, thinking that the air is stronger than you are. Elbows wide. No weights required. 5, 4, 3, with the arms warming, 2, and 1. Doing weird things with my head. Come all the way down. Sit up nice and tall. Hands come out. We're just going to tap the shoulders and let the hands come out. Now you can do this with weights if you'd like to. This is never my favorite time to show off my triceps. What are they called? Tuck-shop lady arms. I'm sorry, tuck-shop ladies. I'm sure you have beautiful arms. I am not trying to disparage your profession at all. Just what the kids used to call them when I was a teacher at school. Hands out and in, hands out and in. We'll go out, in, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. In, touch the elbows, open, out, extend. In, touch the elbows, 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 out, extend. Work with the breath. You're going nice and tense through the neck. Maybe let that go a little bit. Just loosen up that neck. We're not here to overwork those muscles up near the neck. I'm trying to work into the arms. Out. Let's do last ones. In, out, and in, and out. Hands come round, just little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the palms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the palms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Hands float all the way down. Just drop one ear. So we're going to drop right ear down towards right shoulder. At the same time, swing that left hand around. Press the left hand away. Sorry, right hand comes behind like a little chicken wing. Left hand presses away. So ears down. You're still looking straight forward. We'll change it up in a moment. Just slide the hand back. You'll feel how that changes the sensation. Don't take it too far though. Lift up through the sternum, gently knit the ribs together. And then chin can come down. Whoa. Changing that stretch as we release out those muscles. 5, 4, 3. Sorry, big jaw doesn't mean you're tired, just means you need a little bit more air. 1. And bring it all the way back in. Swap it over. Bring the hand down. And we'll press the other hand into the floor. Drop left ear and create space in the right side of the neck. Big breath in, gently draw the ribs in. Down to the lift of the navel. Good place to work through the pelvic floor too. If you want to do some of those little Kegel-like exercises, like you're lifting up that sit bone, that diamond shape between sit bones and the front and the back of the pelvis. Maybe there's a lot to do at once. Bring the hand all the way back. Press it away. Feel the stretch intensify. Big breath in, big breath out. Drop the chin down, keep creating that space. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back to center. Just take a few circles through your neck here. Maybe work out through those shoulders, particularly as we worked into the shoulders a lot today. Go the other way. Round, 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 and round. Beautiful. You might want to grab a quick drink. We're heading back down to the floor. Do excuse me, guys. I need to deeper breaths. You can never get away with it when you've got a microphone on quite the same way as you can in regular class. Grab a quick drink. Let's meet down on the mat. Okay. So, I'm going to come down to the floor. I'll just turn it around. Take a nice slow roll down. Roll, 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 roll towards the earth. Bring the hands behind the head and walk those feet in. All right. Now, lace your fingers. Think of your elbows coming in so you can concentrate on your rib cage. Tuck your chin, and we're going to roll the ribs down in. Keep the head just seated in that little basket made of the hands and come all the way down. I like this because it allows me to really notice what's happening as I try to peel the vertebra of the spine up, and it makes sure I'm not using the neck to over effort. Thinking about breath, inhale starts a cervical nod, exhale rolls the ribs down and away, and then we lower all the way down. Inhale, tuck the chin, exhale, blow the breath out and away as you roll up, come down. All right, now we'll open the elbows wide to the side. Same thing, tuck the chin, lift up, and you can go a little bit higher now. There's a little bit more freedom. Tuck the chin as you inhale, roll and lift, and lower down. Tuck the chin, inhale, blow the breath away, release it down, one more time, and lift up, and lower all the way to the floor. Hands come up nice and high, align them with the shoulders, get a nice openness across the chest. Step the heels up into the sky as you bring the body into a shape for our bug pose. Contralateral movement, right hand, left leg. So the right hand comes back and the left toes touch down. As you exhale, we'll come back to the starting position. And we move to the other side. Reach down and lift up. I do miss the mirrors because I never know what the legs are doing in space here. If you do have a mirror set up for your home practice, that little bit of feedback is good. So that awareness of where the limbs are in space is great, but a little bit of visual reinforcement is even better. All right, notice what's happening to that imprint. Are you keeping that engagement through the lower abdominals, or are you just arching through the spine? If you're arching through the spine, maybe don't go as far. Maybe you just do a little bit partial movement. You don't have to touch the floor if that's not right for your body, if you can't maintain that imprint and that 30% engagement that we're aiming for through the pelvic floor. Let's do touch and lift, work with breath. Inhale down, exhale return, inhale down, exhale return, down, turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And return. Draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little circle out. One way. And a little circle out. The other way. Draw that right knee in, take the left leg out nice and long. Just release out through that psoas muscle. We're not working correctly through the spine. We can dump some pressure into that psoas. So this is a nice little reset. a nice little release and a massage for your ascending colon. Give those inner organs a good little hug here this morning. Slow breath in, slow breath out. We'll take a release for the hamstrings. Hands come to the back of the leg and just extend the other leg up. Hands might want to come all the way up, and you can just let the weight of the shoulders as they sink to the floor and the seating of the head as it's heavy, it's like a big bowling ball, be the thing that weights you to the floor as you really begin to drop those toes down. Micro bend the knee if you need to, and just breathe. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. Knee comes into the chest. You can lift yourself up and give yourself a big squeeze. Roll it all the way down, other side. So we'll bring the left knee in, give it a big squeeze, nice and close, and extend the right leg out. Keep the shoulders nice and soft. Gently massage the belly. So you bring the foot in and you let the breath go. Let's do about another 5 breaths here. Big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, and big breath out. Release into the hamstring, slide the hands underneath the leg and extend the foot for the sky. Keep grounded. You can bend that right leg if you need to. Hands can slide all the way up the back leg if you need a little bit of extra stretch to encourage the body to relax and let go. And close down the eyes. It's all about just being present in your breath and in your body in this next exchange of time. I like to think of time as measured in breath rather than minutes. When you think about things being 5 breaths long, if you make them really nice deep breaths, you can get to hang out and dwell. Beautiful. And draw the knee to the chest. Step that left foot to the center of the mat. Bring the right leg up and over. If you can, double cross those legs, so get a little bind. If not, just single bind might be the way to go. Open the knees out nice and wide. We're going to drop the knees over towards the right and take the chin towards the left. Just going to jump up. I don't know if you can see that fantastic low battery sign, but I certainly can. We're going to be fine. The joys of technology in this new age. So let the legs be over to the side. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back to center. And now let the knees fall over in the opposite direction. This is where we'll feel that IT band stretch. So the chin will come over towards the right. We'll keep a nice open mantle across the shoulders. So broaden the collarbone. You can prop up those knees to the side. It might be a nice one to take longer because we're working with that stubborn connective tissue. This is one that is good to hang out in for a few minutes, but your back might feel a little bit strained by it. So what you want to do is prop up those legs so the bones can just relax. We won't hang out for as long today as we could to get the full benefits. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll return to center. We'll swap the legs over. So the left leg will come to the center, the right leg will come on top. You can have that little double wrap or just single wrap if that's for you today. And then we're going to let both the knees fall over to the left as we bring the chin to the right. And there's no need to restrict where the breath moves in the body now. We've let go of that direction of the breath being down the side waist because we're just relaxing, resetting the nervous system and the spine So good for any herniated or bulging discs, because often they come from pressure being drawn forward or back into a disc. They kind of slide out of that alignment. So as we just give them a little twist, it's like we bring it all back into shape. And that is the theory behind why twists are so delightful for your back. Come all the way back to center, let the knees draw over to the other side, let the chin come out, and just enjoy sinking deep. There's nowhere we need to go in this time. It's our final reset before we take a very brief little rest here, but don't skip that bit. You did all this hard work. Why would you not give yourself that little reward that your body completely surrender over? And working with breath and being in that concentration, that mindfulness of the body, that Pilates and yoga both gift us, but any kind of movement has that kind of magic of drawing you out of that crazy headspace and down into the kind of certainty, the heaviness of the body. There's a real stability. And you can just let go of some of the drama of the mind. Come all the way back to center and cross the legs and reposition your tailbone so it's nice and long. So option to have the knees out wide, just let the knees fall in and hug each other. And when you do that, you'll feel your low back is really able to reach down and gain the support of the earth. If that's not for you today, hands will come out. This is my favorite. And we'll take the legs out. You might want to prop something underneath those knees. Let the toes splay open. Let the hips release entirely. Take a few deep breaths in. And a full deep breath out. And think of the body on the inhale swelling, like the rising of a tide. All of that gathering in of water, gathering in of energy. And as you exhale, there's that wave crushing and spreading out. The same thing our body does, spread out as the breath leaves the body. Deep breath in. You feel that rising, that cresting of the wave, and deep breath out. That opening, that expansion as the wave crushes across the beach. With the eyes closed and just thinking maybe of the visualization or listening to the sound of the breath and letting that be enough. Whispers the inner ears to hear the fluctuations of the body's natural rhythms. In this place of gentle peace, of connection with breath, that's where we'll finish our practice today, enjoying the body as a field of sensation, enjoying the breath as a moving and flowing current. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us for our Pilates practice and to encourage you to continue to step onto the mat. In coming days, as we release more and more premium content, we're still committed to keeping some of our classes freely available to everybody, because movement is so important for your mind as much as your body. Thank you, yogis, for sharing your practice with me today. I'll see you very soon on the mats. Stay with us, keep connected, and don't forget to breathe.